It's a mini Asian food haul. Today I've been to Sun Hung Chang in Portsmouth and I have spent £23.87 on the following items. Some want crackers, rice crackers in all the individual packets, useful for lunch boxes and so on. Hello Eva. Sorry, you can't help. Come on, down. Some taro cream wafers. These are like weird purple dessert flavour wafers. Some tempura seaweed. Chicken larb flavour. Never heard of that, so don't know what those are. And some tempura seaweed with sesame grain. I got some whole nutmeg. I use nutmeg as a condiment on the table actually, so I've got this nutmeg grater that I keep on the table because for pasta it's fantastic to grind a little bit of fresh nutmeg on top of it. And I've got some, these are like pastry sticks, they're a bit like Pocky actually, but these are off-brand Pocky, double dipped biscuit sticks with chocolate coating. And these noodles I thought were interesting actually, these cup noodles, just really because I got a feeling they're going to be quite hot because we've got chilies, we've got chopped chilies, we've got flames coming off the logo there. I imagine that does indicate that these are going to be super hot. And the rest is for weird stuff in a can. So we've got pork luncheon meat with cheese, which is a weird idea to me. Not a very exotic idea, but a weird one. We've got shrimp paste luncheon meat. That sounds very weird. We've got satay fried mackerel, which sounds nice. We've got some canned grape nectar. And this is weird because it's in a can, not weird because of what it is, but this is kimchi in a can. I've never seen kimchi in a can before. I've always bought it kind of fresh and I guess alive in a jar because it's a fermented product, so I've never seen it in a can before. So we'll see how that compares to the real deal. And that's it, so that lot was £23.87. So expect to see some of these things in weird stuff in a can in future episodes. Let's actually just do a quick taste test of these two things. As you can see, I've already had this one open and I have been eating some. Eva, please. So this is the chicken larb flavour tempura seaweed. And so it's like nori, strips of nori seaweed with a batter on it, tempura batter, and it's very crispy. Very tasty. I can't say that I've tried various varieties of this, and this doesn't taste very different to the regular version, so I'm not really sure if I'm tasting that chicken larb, but it is very nice, and this would be a fantastic beer snack. I think I might have got more of the seasoning on that piece. That had a bit of a chili kick to it, so that would make a really good beer snack because it's salty, it's spicy. It's the kind of thing that would make you drink a little bit more beer. So that's that. Now, the want crackers. Well, one of them shot out there. I presume... I don't know if I'm right in presuming. I'm presuming the repetition of that want is want, but perhaps somebody can enlighten me there. I'm afraid I can't read this script at all, so perhaps somebody could enlighten me. So these are rice crackers. Ingredients: rice, palm oil, sugar, cornstarch, glucose, soy sauce powder, salt and flavour enhancer. So they're not a very complex flavour, but let's give these a try as well then. Very crisp. And they taste just like you might expect rice crackers to taste. They're crispy, salty, very tasty actually, and you can taste the rice. Nice enough to eat, just like that actually, just as a snack. So last week I received an email asking me if I would like to review a product, this product. Now, it's a brand I've heard good things about from review channels that I trust, but the way they wanted me to proceed was really iffy. I investigated the email quite thoroughly, and it did indeed originate from one of their official domains. They wanted me to buy the product on Amazon, then receive a refund of the cost via PayPal, then write a review and post a review video. They even offered to pay me $5 if I wrote more than 250 words in my review. Ugh. Now, I know a lot of people don't like paid or sponsored reviews at all. Personally, I've come to terms with them. We'll take a look at my terms in a moment. For the most part, working with online retailers to review products in their range has been fine for me, and I think as long as people are upfront about reviews being sponsored or paid, then the audience can take that into consideration when watching. Working directly with the actual manufacturers of products has always been at least a little trouble. I guess they care more about their product and brand than just a store that sells a wide range of stuff. And so they tend to expect to buy my opinion with a free gadget, or in this case, additional cash. This would have been a lot of trouble. This email was asking me to violate Amazon's policies for reviews, and I think they probably knew this when they asked me. They certainly didn't seem too surprised when I told them about this in my reply. So I'm sorry to say that my opinion of this brand has just now dropped a peg or two. I think they're probably pretty good products. Certainly everyone else seems to think so. But then, why does a good product need to be propped up by fraudulent engineering of opinion? When I review a product on this channel, I do so according to a set of terms that I have imposed. I'll put these on the screen right now. The online retailers who supply most of my free samples have been only too happy to accept these terms. On the other hand, about half of the product manufacturers who contacted me direct to promote their products went away and never came back after I mentioned these terms. Long story short, the reviews on this channel are nothing more than my personal opinions and perceptions, but they are my own, not something that was fed to me to say. Judging by some of the comments, not everybody likes that. I've no idea why some people would prefer to hear glittery lies instead of the truth, but too bad, tough. They'll just have to go somewhere else for that. Okay, now I've got an idea for a project that means I need to collect some twigs of a particular shape and layout. So I'm going to make a cardboard template and take it to the woods with me, measure up the sticks I can find, and then cut them and bring back just the ones I want. Here's my template. You should have guessed by this angle already what it is I'm going to make with this, but I'll leave it as a surprise for those of you that haven't. So I'm going to be looking for branches that intersect this point here and the three other vertices of my polygon. Now that might sound like a difficult thing to do, but I know a place where there's been lots of tree branches trimmed, so I think we should be in luck. We're at Blackwater Arboretum in the New Forest, and I just wanted to stop and have a look at this tree, because this is a tree that my children used to love playing on when they were smaller, and it looks a bit like an animal. Let's just have a closer look. It's got a weird, it's almost got 4 legs, this tree. Well, it's got more than 4 legs, there's a whole bunch of roots, but there's like a back, and it's like a great big beast has taken root here in the forest and turned into a huge tree. So the forestry operation here has been cutting trees, predominantly beech, although I can see some oak logs in amongst this as well. Now these are the logs which hopefully they're going to take off and make into timber for furniture or something like that. But there are a whole load of twigs and smaller branches left in the forest which have been left there to decay, but I have an idea for what we can do with those. So unfortunately I did not find the sticks I want. The growth habit of the beech trees that have been trimmed has not formed the configurations I wanted. However, I am really enjoying this walk in the forest here. looking at the greenness of the moss, the brown russet of the bracken, and watching some of the leaves falling. It's still very mild for October, so it's quite enjoyable. So there up ahead is why Eva has been so excited this whole walk. There's a stag, he's lost one antler already, and a whole herd of deer crossing the path up there. Eva's had her nose to the ground. Yeah, I know, you want to go and play with your friends, but you can't. So, yeah. Not happening, Eva. Whole herd of deer. It's just as well we have her on the lead, or else she'd have been off after those. She doesn't want to hunt them, she just wants to run with them. Eva. Right, in a minute you'll get to the bit where they crossed and you can smell them, alright? That's the best you're going to get today. That's where they went, yeah. Sorry, we're not chasing deer today. That's never fun. Not for me anyway. Okay, this is just a really quick taster. I am today here at the Makers Guild in Portsmouth. It's a makerspace in Portsmouth Guildhall, and it's open to, well, anybody who wants to come along and make stuff and use the equipment that's here. It is a work in progress, so there are big piles of messy materials and stuff. But let's have a quick tour of the tools and materials that they've got here. So they've got like a big stock room with all sorts of timber that people can make use of. Very cool assortment of useful power tools, nicely laid out with space to use them. And chill out area, ideas board, great idea. And then, sorry,
doing a video for a YouTube channel.
And then we've got this is where people have residency, so people will rent a desk in here and set up their own little workspace. Access to things like 3D printers. Okay.
I think
and a whole pile of junk here, which I guess people can tear down and use components of. So that's it, this is the Makers Guild. I'm going to be coming back here in a couple of weeks and we'll do a full article on that, but that's just a taster for now. If you want to know more about this, contact me through the channel and I'll put you in touch with them. So that was the Makers Guild in Portsmouth Guildhall, which I thoroughly recommend having a look at if you're in the Portsmouth area and if you're into that sort of thing. There are a variety of different options, including day rates, membership and residency. We'll be going along to have a more detailed look, and I think I might interview the people who run it. That's coming up in a future video. Meanwhile, there'll be links in the video description to their website and Facebook page. Now, the next episode of Weird Stuff in a Can is going to be powered by you. So your choice of which of these three things we do next in Weird Stuff in a Can. We've got shrimp paste flavoured luncheon meat, we've got grass jelly drink, and we've got steak and kidney pie in a can. This is a very common item actually. This is very well known in this country, in Britain, but I suspect some of my international viewers may be reeling at the idea of pie in a can. So I want you to vote on which of these three things we're going to do next in Weird Stuff in a Can. So if you want this one, then comment grassy blob drink. If you want this one next, then comment organ pie. And if you want this one next, shrimp pork cuboid. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you again soon.